Blackstone presents Lightning Tracks, Book 1 in the Songgate series, by A. Kinsela, narrated by Gregory Dwyer. The author acknowledges the traditional owners of the unceded land on which this book was written and published, the Wurundjeri, and pays respects to their people, culture, and elders past and present. Chapter 1. Suspension. Nick's uppercut sent Brandon reeling. A left hook followed. He readied his arm to jab again, but two of Brandon's mates sprang at him. They dragged Nick away, split his lip, tore his shirt, threw him to the ground, kicked his ribs. They would have done more if a swarm of teachers hadn't erupted from the staff room. 30 minutes later, Nick lingered outside the principal's office. He had long suspected that the polished bronze plaque on the door was deliberately glued just above eye level, so that everyone had to look up in order to read the engraving. Mrs. Laura Cavendish, Principal. Nick had seen the sign for the first time in Year 7. He had been shorter then, and more than a little daunted by the prospect of facing the school's figurehead. But now he was used to the visits. Nick slapped the dirt off his shorts. When he licked his lips, he tasted blood. That was good. If he looked wounded, Mrs. Cavendish might be more sympathetic. He knocked, waited for the call of, "Enter," and opened the door. Air conditioning breathed over him like a sigh from the Antarctic. Nicholas Williams. Why am I not surprised? He sat in one of the shabby chairs facing her desk and propped his elbows on the armrests. Mrs. Cavendish studied him as if trying to determine where the streaks of dirt ended and his brown skin began. He realized then that his knuckles were grazed, and he tucked his hands under his armpits. "Jewellery is not allowed at the school. Take it off." He glanced down. The top 2 buttons of his shirt had been ripped off and his necklace was showing. He picked at the leather knot till it loosened, then slipped the necklace into his pocket. When Mrs. Cavendish frowned at the black tattoo on his chest, he folded the tattered remains of his collar together to cover the mark. No amount of blood, it would seem, was going to soothe her temper today. "You promised me last December, Nick, that this reckless behaviour was not going to continue into Year 10. Do you remember our conversation?" Nick sighed. Mia was going to be so angry. "Well, do you?" Mrs. Cavendish asked. "Yeah." "Remind me what you said." "I said I'd think before I act."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?